It began with a 10-year-old boy who couldn't sleep anymore. Every night he woke up shaking, saying someone was watching him. His mother didn't believe him until she found him drawing the same face over and over, a man with no eyebrows and eyes that looked wet. She tried to laugh it off, but the drawings felt too real, too deliberate. Each night got worse. He started waking up gasping for air, like he had been running. And sometimes, he swore he saw someone standing outside the window. Then the teachers noticed it. Other kids, different homes, different lives, drawing the same man. Every child described him the same way, as if they had all met him personally. The boy's mother tried talking to him, but he just kept saying, "He visits everyone." That night she finally checked his window, and for a second she saw a figure staring in. The boy said the man followed him into his dreams, a dark place with no sound, where footsteps echoed behind him. He said the man's smile was wrong. Small teeth, too many of them. Soon children began falling asleep in class, all at the same exact minute. Some of them claimed the man was now appearing inside their classroom dreams. One night the boy's sketchbook started flipping on its own, page after page, until it stopped. She felt something behind the door, like someone had moved. Just before she entered, she found her son sleepwalking, eyes wide open, expression completely blank. When he looked in the mirror, his reflection wasn't alone. Someone was standing behind him. The boy said the man whispered to him, "Soon, you won't have to sleep to see me." His mother tried waking him, but he wouldn't open his eyes, as if he was stuck between two places. At dawn, she found him standing in the hallway, and at the far end, the man finally appeared, clear, solid, awake. It started on an ordinary evening, when a young archive technician stayed late to finish organizing old-school yearbooks. He opened the first book from 1960, and something immediately felt off. In the back row of the group photo, a tall man in a gray suit stood perfectly still, expressionless. He leaned closer, confused. No one else in the picture looked like that. Through a magnifying glass, the man's eyes looked wrong, blank, reflecting nothing. He pulled more yearbooks off the shelf, stacking them around him. And there he was again, in 1980. Same suit, same pose, same dead stare. The technician felt a cold wave crawl up his spine. Photo after photo, year after year. The same man appeared in the back row, and one detail terrified him most. The man never aged, even in posters, even in blurry prints. The gray suit man was always there. The lights flickered. The archive suddenly felt smaller. He opened a 1995 class photo, and the man had moved closer. Front row. He dropped the picture in shock. Then he noticed something impossible. A newly printed photo sitting on top of a filing cabinet. It was this year's class photo, and the man was still there, untouched by time. The technician backed away, breathing fast. At the end of the aisle, a tall silhouette appeared, still, watching. He clutched a photo. Every second, the figure seemed closer. On the desk lay the newest print, a group photo he had never taken. He was standing in the front row, and directly behind him, the gray suit man rested his hand on his shoulder. She was a young investigative journalist working late in an empty newsroom, long after everyone else went home. While sorting old storage boxes, she found a beat-up wooden radio, the kind no one had used in decades. It glowed softly, even though it wasn't plugged in. When she turned the dial, the radio began reporting tomorrow's weather, before any forecast had been released. She went to interview an elderly witness who insisted he heard the same thing, news broadcasts that predicted real events. Walking home through the fog, she kept thinking the story was bigger than a glitch. Her investigation led her to an abandoned repair shop filled with dead radios. Yet when she entered, Every single one flickered on. They announced an accident, a crash that hadn't happened yet. Then the broadcast listed names, actual names of people who would be involved. Back at the newsroom, she spread the transcripts across her desk. Every timestamp was 1 day ahead. Suddenly, all the power died, except the radio glowing in the dark. Static echoed from deep inside the hallway. Something was moving in the shadows. At the end of the corridor, she saw a tall figure, still, watching. She locked herself inside the archive room, breathing hard. Digging through old files, she found a folder labeled Emergency Frequency 11.3. Inside was a printed broadcast predicting her disappearance. Tomorrow, a presence loomed behind her. The broadcaster, silent, fading in like a signal returning. All the radios around her clicked on at once, their orange dials glowing in sync. And then she heard it. Tomorrow's news, announcing that she was already gone. These stories don't end when the screen goes dark. Follow for more dark stories.